You know that feeling when you walk into Target for toothpaste and somehow walk out with a new throw pillow, 3 candles, and a decorative basket you have absolutely no use for. Your cart is full, your wallet is lighter, and you're standing in the parking lot thinking, how did this happen again? Or maybe it is scrolling through your phone at night and suddenly you're buying a gadget that promises to change your life, only to have it collect dust in your closet 2 weeks later. We've all been there. That moment when you check your bank account mid-month and realize you've spent way more than you planned, but you can't even remember what half of it went toward. It is frustrating, embarrassing, even, and it makes saving money feel impossible. But here is the thing. It is not entirely your fault. Your brain is literally wired to work against your wallet, and companies know exactly how to exploit that. I'm Bob, and I've spent years studying personal finance and the psychology behind why we make terrible money decisions. I'm obsessed with figuring out why smart, hardworking people struggle to save and how we can outsmart the systems designed to drain our bank accounts. I share practical, no-nonsense strategies to help you take control of your money without feeling deprived. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and want to finally understand why your money disappears, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button because I've got tons of content coming your way that will change how you think about money. Let me introduce you to something I call the emotional purchase trap. This is the sneaky psychological pattern where your emotions, not your logic, drive your spending decisions. It happens when you buy something not because you need it, but because of how it makes you feel in that moment. Retailers, advertisers, and even app developers have spent billions studying human psychology to trigger specific emotions that open your wallet. Fear of missing out, the desire for instant gratification, the need to feel successful or attractive, even boredom. These emotions are weaponized against you every single day. The emotional purchase trap explains why you can know something is a bad financial decision and still do it anyway. Understanding this concept is the first step to breaking free from the cycle of unnecessary purchases that keep you broke. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. Sarah is a marketing manager making $60,000 a year. She is stressed from work, scrolling Instagram before bed, and sees an ad for a luxury skincare set. The ad shows a woman with glowing skin, looking relaxed and confident. Sarah's had a rough week. Her skin has been breaking out, and in that moment, she feels like this product will solve her problems. It is on sale, marked down from $200 to $120. To $120. She thinks she is saving $80, so she buys it. But here's the reality. Sarah already has skincare products at home. She didn't need this. What she really wanted was to feel better about herself, to feel like she was doing something good for herself after a hard week. That $120 could have gone into her emergency fund, which currently sits at zero over a year. If Sarah makes just one purchase like this per month, that is $1,440 gone. Money that could have been the start of real financial security. Now let's look at Marcus. He makes $45,000 a year working in IT support. He passes by a coffee shop every morning on his way to work. Most days he tells himself he'll make coffee at home, but he is running late, he is tired, and the smell of fresh coffee pulls him in. He orders a large latte and a breakfast sandwich, $6.50 for the coffee, $8 for the sandwich, $14.50 total. He tells himself it is just this once, but it happens 3 or 4 times a week. Let's be conservative and say 3 times. That is $43.50 per week, $174 per month, $2,088 per year. Marcus complains he can't afford to start investing, but he is spending over $2,000 annually on convenience breakfast. If he redirected that money into a retirement account with a 7% average return, in 30 years that would grow to over $200,000. One simple habit, driven by tiredness and convenience, is costing him a potential fortune. Here's another one. Jessica and Tom are a couple trying to save for a house down payment. They need about $30,000. They've been saving for 2 years and have managed to put away $12,000. Progress feels slow. One weekend, they're at the mall and walk past an electronics store. There is a huge sale on a 75-inch TV, marked down from $2,000 to $1,300. They currently have a 40-inch TV that works fine, but this one is bigger, better picture quality, and it is on sale. They convince themselves they deserve it, they work hard, and besides, it is a great deal. They buy it. That $1,300 just extended their timeline to buy a house by about 4 months, assuming they save $500 per month. But it gets worse. Because they bought the TV on a credit card and didn't pay it off immediately, they're now paying interest at 18% APR. If they take a year to pay it off, they'll actually pay around $140 in interest. So that TV really cost them $1,440 and delayed their dream of homeownership even longer. The emotional need to reward themselves and the psychological pull of a sale overrode their bigger financial goal. Now I know what some of you are thinking, Bob. I'm not stupid. I know I shouldn't buy stuff I don't need. But it is not that simple. Life is stressful, and sometimes I just want something nice. I get it. I really do. You work hard, you're tired, and you deserve to enjoy your money. But here is the distinction. Enjoying your money and wasting your money are two different things. The emotional purchase trap isn't about denying yourself happiness. It is about recognizing when you're spending money to fill an emotional void instead of making a conscious choice. When you buy something because you're bored, sad, stressed, or trying to keep up with others, that is the trap. When you plan for something, save for it, and buy it intentionally, that is enjoying your money. The difference is awareness and control. Another objection I hear is, but Bob, those sales are real. I am saving money when I buy things on discount. Let me be blunt. You're not saving money if you're spending money you weren't planning to spend. Saving $80 on a $200 item means nothing. If you weren't going to buy it in the first place, you didn't save $80. You spent $120. Retailers use something called anchoring, where they show you a higher original price to make the sale price feel like a victory. Your brain sees that discount and releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in addiction. You feel good, so you buy. But that good feeling fades fast and you're left with less money and often something you don't really need or use. So what do you actually do about this? How do you stop falling into the emotional purchase trap? Let me give you 5 concrete strategies you can start using today. First, implement the 48-hour rule. Anytime you want to buy something that wasn't on your planned shopping list and costs more than $50, wait 48 hours before purchasing. Add it to a list, save the link, whatever, but don't buy it immediately. This pause breaks the emotional impulse. You'd be shocked how often you'll look at that list 2 days later and realize you don't actually want or need the item. The emotional trigger has passed, and your logical brain can take over. Second, track every single purchase for 1 month. I mean everything. Coffee, snacks, apps, online orders, all of it. Use a notes app, a spreadsheet, whatever works. At the end of the month, go through the list and mark each purchase as either need, planned want, or emotional impulse. Be honest. You'll likely find that a significant chunk of your spending falls into that emotional impulse category. Just seeing it in black and white is often enough to change behavior because you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. Third, create a fun money category in your budget. This might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. Give yourself permission to spend a set amount each month on whatever you want. No guilt, no justification needed. Maybe it is $50, maybe it is $100, whatever fits your budget. The key is that once that money is gone, it is gone until next month. This satisfies the emotional need to have some freedom and spontaneity, but puts a firm boundary around it. You're not depriving yourself, you're just containing the damage. Fourth, delete shopping apps from your phone and unsubscribe from promotional emails. Make it harder to spend impulsively. If you have to manually type in a website address and enter all your payment information, you're adding friction to the purchase process, which gives your brain time to reconsider. Companies make checkout as easy as possible. One-click purchasing, saved payment methods, because they know friction reduces sales. Use that to your advantage. Add friction back in. Fifth, before any non-essential purchase, ask yourself this one question. Would I rather have this item or the money in my savings account? Visualize your savings balance going up instead of the item sitting in your home. For a lot of people, once you start seeing your savings grow, that becomes more satisfying than the temporary high of a new purchase. You're essentially replacing one dopamine source with a healthier one. Watching your net worth increase can become addictive in the best possible way. Look, I'm not here to tell you to never buy anything fun or to live like a monk. That is miserable and unsustainable. What I want you to understand is that your financial struggles might not be about your income. They're about your brain being hijacked by emotions and manipulated by companies who profit from your impulse decisions. The emotional purchase trap is real. It is powerful, and it is keeping you stuck. But once you see it, once you understand how it works, you can start making different choices. Every unnecessary purchase you avoid is money you can redirect towards something that actually matters to your future. That emergency fund that would let you sleep better at night. That debt you want, gone. That down payment, that career change fund, that retirement account. Financial freedom isn't about making $1 million. It is about controlling the dollars you already have. And that starts with controlling the emotional triggers that make you spend. If this resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe it is a friend who is always complaining about being broke, but somehow has a new package arriving every other day. Maybe it is a family member struggling to save. Send it to them. Let's help each other break free from these traps. You've got this. Awareness is the first step, action is the second, and financial peace is waiting on the other side. Let's get there together.